What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. So, another person who is trending for all the wrong reasons is Miss Tiffany Haddish. I feel like every single time I see her on my social media feed, it is always some foolishness and tomfoolery. And well, y'all, this is no different. So, let's get into the messy mess. Um, so Tiffany is in Zimbabwe, right? And she is in the capital, Harare, Zimbabwe. And so she goes to a grocery store, and the way that she is speaking about this grocery store, a lot of people are saying it's giving colonizer colonialism tease, right? She's very much in her Sally Struthers bag, talking about how clean it is and how she's so surprised that um, it doesn't smell bad when she's in the meat department. And the gag is her father is African. Her father is from Eritrea. I hope I'm saying that country right, but she's half Eritrean. And this is not her first time to Africa. She's been to Eritrea a few times. There was actually a young lady, just really quickly, she was Eritrean, and she said that she met Tiffany and she was excited because there's not a lot of Eritrean people that she, comes across, especially over here in the States. And as she said, after a while, she was really embarrassed talking to Tiffany because Tiffany was saying things like, you know, um, slaves were needed and just really tone deaf, off the wall type of things. And so eventually the young lady, she's like, yeah, we don't claim her. So I'm just, I'm going to let you guys hear from Tiffany, just her own words as she's walking through the grocery store. Okay. And then I will give a little bit of commentary at the end. So, yeah, let's hear from Tiffany.
Hey y'all. So I'm out here in Zimbabwe, in Harare, and look at the grocery store. They got a grocery store.
Oh my goodness.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful in a grocery store. Look at these. Organic strawberry. This is what I love. They sell sugar cane, and it is fire. They got the dates on deck. How much are these? $67. Wait a minute. The price is different. But it do look like it's expensive. Look at this grocery store. It's huge. It's absolutely humongous. In Africa, baby. Yeah. Believe it, believe it, believe it, believe it. Africa. Zimbabwe. Uh-huh. Oh, they look at me. Oh. I just like to mystify the shit. It don't smell bad. Look at meat in the pot. Look at that. Look at all that meat over there. Look at that. They got the sodas. They got a whole wall of alcohol. They got a frozen section. Uh-huh. They got all the... This is... Come on. Can make tamales out of that. This... Oh, look at that. Look at that. Unlike the grocery stores at home, they actually sell dishes. Look at that. I mean, some of our grocery stores sell dishes, but not the Krispy Kremes.
Okay, so that was Tiffany's experience in a grocery store in Harare, Zimbabwe. And you know who else is from Harare, Zimbabwe? Reggae Jean Page. Reggae Jean Page, the actor from Bridgerton, the first season. the one who went on Saturday Night Live. He's been in The Gray Man, Dungeons and Dragons. And if you've ever heard him speak, he was born and raised, I think, in Zimbabwe, and moved to London, England, when he was younger. But um, he's very smart, very sharp, and I don't understand why. Even if she was initially surprised that they had a grocery store, why she would feel the need to make that video and say things like it doesn't smell bad in the meat department, that the grocery store has dishes. And I'm thinking to myself, has she ever been to a Walmart or a Target? Because we do have grocery stores here. She said, to be fair, she did say some of them have sell dishes here. Aldi's, I think, sells dishes as well, and Aldi's is worldwide. It's actually German. It's founded in Germany. But the point is, I feel like I want to just shake her and say, Tiffany, act like you've been somewhere before, right? The few times that I've had the fortunate, the blessing to go out of the country, and I lived out of the country for a little while. I remember my roommate and I adopted a practice from some other Americans. We started telling people we were Canadian, right? One, you get upcharged a lot of times if you're an American. People hear that American accent, they will drive up the price because, we're the richest country in the world. But not only that, a lot of times Americans will be really obnoxious. They're very loud. They, have clothing with the American flag all over them. There's a stereotype of a tourist. A lot of people will spot, and then they will drive the price up. And this is from, not just one country that I was in, but it's a repeated pattern. And Tiffany in her commentary is part of the reason why, because I feel like people look at Americans as condescending, as obnoxious, and they'll say things like, "Oh, you have a grocery store?" Like, I just, it blows me away, the fact that she would say that. Even if you're thinking things like that, to make a video with the platform that she has, right? I feel like a lot of times people don't realize the power of, one, social media, but also, being in the public eye, being a public figure, an American actress, how you're viewed internationally. Just real quick, there's a story. My friends and I, we were in a small hotel in Slovenia, Ljubljana, Slovenia, where Melania Trump is from. And when we were checking in, the clerk was really nice. He was an Asian man. But my group of friends, it was me and another Black girl, two white girls, and one guy from I think he was Chinese, and another girl, she was Latina from El Salvador. But we were just a diverse mix, right? We were college students. And he was like, "Oh my goodness, where are you guys from?" Right? Because typically in other places, there's homogeneous populations of people typically hang with, people who look like them. But we were all mixed together. Because the program we were with, wouldn't let us travel by ourselves, which they shouldn't. But anyway, he was so surprised, and he asked if he could take a picture with us. And I'm thinking, like, take a picture with who? Like the Get Along gang? Like, we're just college students. He asked us where we were from, and all of us are like, "Oh, the United States, USA, the States, America." Like, all of us had a different answer, like California, like just all these random places. And so he's like, "Oh, can I take a picture with you guys?" And we were looking around like, is there somebody famous you're talking about? He wanted a picture with us just because we were Americans, just because we were all, diverse. And that always stuck with me, because people look at Americans, like he asked us, "Where are you guys from? LA or Hollywood?" Or he said Hollywood or New York. It's always New York or LA. One time I tried to explain to somebody like, "Oh no, I'm from the Midwest. It's in the middle, blah, blah, blah." And they were like, and I was like, "Just New York," because I've never been to LA. So I said New York. But I said all that to say that I really would love if Tiffany, again, right, just a little bit more diplomatic, even if something surprises you, you don't always necessarily have to say it or film it, because the backlash that she is receiving is not going to help her. It's going to actually hurt her career. A lot of people are calling her tone deaf. And the fact that she is, half Eritrean is another. Um, it's just it's not good. Like, if your father is African, why would you be surprised that they would have a beautiful grocery store in the capital of Zimbabwe? Now, this isn't a remote village. It will be the same. It's the same thing here, Tiffany. That's why I don't understand. There's some places here in Appalachia, right? West Virginia, that's very, rural. There's rural, small towns and villages where people don't even have running water. In the year of our Lord, 2024, go to some places in Mississippi, go to some places in, anywhere, Wyoming and Utah and North, South Dakota. There's places in Canada where they don't have, drinking water. Flint, Michigan, their drinking water is still problematic, right? Shout out to Miss Flint. Mari Copley, I think her name is. She's been trying to raise money to fix that problem for most of her life. She's a teenager. And that's here in the richest country in the world. So, we have our own problems here. There's no reason why she should be that surprised going overseas that they have a nice grocery store. A lot of times people will go to different countries in Africa and they will go to the smallest, villages, and they'll say, oh, this is, it's a money scheme, right? They'll try to film vulnerable populations for money. But anyway, I just thought that was interesting that Tiffany is trending again. I hope that she can start trending for, new music, or movies that she's in, not music, but movies. But anyway, you guys, let me know your thoughts about what Tiffany said about her video in the Zimbabwean grocery store. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk with you in the next one. Take care, aces. Bye.